have you ever had that strange feeling that the world is far more mysterious than it appears on the surface? Most of us go through daily life trusting what we see, hear, and remember. We assume that the ground beneath our feet is fully understood, that our minds are reliable, and that the boundaries of our world are clearly mapped. But every so often, science and real-world discoveries pull back the curtain and reveal something deeply unsettling. Not unsettling in a horror movie sense, but in a quiet, lingering way that makes you rethink what you thought was certain. Tonight, we're stepping into truths that sound like they belong in fiction, yet they are supported by research, observation, and documented phenomena. These are not urban legends or exaggerated internet myths. These are real, verified discoveries that challenge our understanding of reality, perception, and existence itself. And the most chilling part is that they are happening around us every single day, whether we notice them or not. Let's begin with something deeply personal, something closer than your phone, closer than your home, closer than anyone you know, your own mind. Most people trust their memory as if it were a recording device. We imagine memories as stored video files waiting to be replayed whenever we need them. But according to cognitive research, memory works far less like a recording and far more like a reconstruction. Each time you remember something, your brain doesn't simply retrieve a perfect copy. Instead, it rebuilds the memory using fragments, emotions, and assumptions. This means your brain can unintentionally alter details without you realizing it. Over time, your memories can slowly shift, blending imagination with reality. What makes this particularly unsettling is how confident people often feel about memories that may not be completely accurate. Studies have shown that individuals can vividly recall events that never happened, especially if suggestions or repeated storytelling influence them. This doesn't mean people are lying. It means the brain is constantly rewriting the story of your life, sometimes without your permission. Imagine disagreements between family members about past events. Both sides may genuinely believe they are telling the truth. In many cases, they are. They're simply recalling different versions shaped by their own emotional experiences and subconscious adjustments. Your past, the foundation of your identity, might not be as stable as it feels. Now let's shift from the mind to the world around us, specifically to a place that has fascinated and terrified humans for centuries. The ocean covers most of our planet, yet vast regions remain largely unexplored. Scientists have mapped parts of the seafloor and studied marine ecosystems, but enormous areas remain hidden beneath darkness and pressure that technology still struggles to fully navigate. Creatures continue to be discovered in deep waters that seem almost unreal. Some have transparent bodies, others generate their own light, and some display behaviors that scientists are still trying to understand. The deeper researchers go, the stranger life appears to become. Entire ecosystems exist in environments once believed to be completely uninhabitable. What makes this especially chilling is not just what has been discovered, but what might still be unknown. There are regions of the ocean floor that have been observed less thoroughly than distant planetary surfaces. The idea that entire species, behaviors, or environmental processes could exist beyond our awareness reminds us how little we truly know about our own world. And here's where the curiosity deepens. The ocean influences weather, climate patterns, and global ecosystems in ways scientists are still studying. Changes happening in the deep sea could impact life on land, often without immediate visibility. Beneath the waves lies a massive system quietly shaping the planet's future. Now, let's move somewhere even closer to home, yet equally mysterious. Sleep is something every human experiences, and most people view it as a peaceful reset for the body and mind. But there is a phenomenon that has frightened people across cultures and throughout history. It's called sleep paralysis. During sleep paralysis, a person wakes up mentally but cannot move their body. Some individuals report sensing a presence in the room. Others describe hearing sounds, feeling pressure, or seeing shadow-like figures. For centuries, these experiences were interpreted as supernatural encounters. Today, science explains sleep paralysis as a temporary disconnect between brain activity and muscle control during transitions to sleep stages. Even though researchers understand the biological process behind it, the experience itself can feel intensely real and frightening. The brain is partially dreaming while the person is awake, creating vivid sensations that blend imagination with perception. What makes this phenomenon so striking is how similar many accounts are, even among people who have never spoken to each other or shared cultural influences. The mind has the ability to generate entire sensory experiences that feel completely authentic. This raises an uncomfortable question. If the brain can create such realistic sensations during sleep transitions, how certain can we be about our perception of reality when fully awake? Scientists reassure that our waking perception is generally reliable, but these experiences reveal how powerful and complex the brain truly is. And just when it feels like we've reached the edge of unsettling truths, there's another layer to consider. Every time you go online, fragments of your identity are stored somewhere. Digital footprints have become an unavoidable part of modern life. Photos, messages, search histories, location data, and browsing patterns can persist long after they are forgotten by the person who created them. Data storage systems, archives, and automated backups can preserve information in ways that are difficult to completely erase. Even when content is deleted, copies or traces may remain in databases, caches, or external servers. This doesn't mean every piece of data is actively monitored or misused, but it highlights how permanence has quietly become part of digital existence. The unsettling aspect is how this information can shape advertising, recommendations, and sometimes public perception. Algorithms analyze patterns to predict behavior, interests, and preferences. In many cases, this technology improves convenience and connectivity, but it also demonstrates how technology can construct a digital reflection of a person that continues evolving over time. And here's something that brings us to the middle of this journey, where curiosity often fades for some viewers. So let me ask you something. If your memories can shift, if vast parts of the planet remain unexplored, if your brain can create realities during sleep, and if your digital identity can persist beyond your control, how much of your world do you truly command? Now, as we approach the final stretch of this exploration, there is one more truth that leaves many people reflecting long after they hear it. Time itself, something we treat as constant and predictable, behaves differently depending on perspective and environment. Physics research has shown that time is not experienced uniformly across all conditions. Under certain circumstances involving speed and gravitational forces, time can pass differently relative to observers. While these effects are most noticeable in extreme environments studied by physicists, they demonstrate that time is not the rigid, universal rhythm we once imagined. Even in everyday life, time feels elastic. Moments of fear or excitement can seem stretched, while routine days can pass in a blur. The brain's perception of time shifts depending on emotional intensity, attention, and memory processing. The clock may measure time consistently, but human experience of time is remarkably flexible. And that leads us to a quiet, emotional realization. Much of what we consider solid and predictable is shaped by perspective, biology, and environment. The world is not less real because of these discoveries. If anything, it becomes more complex, more layered, and more awe-inspiring. Here's the final thought to carry with you tonight. We live in a universe filled with mysteries hiding in plain sight. Your memories are living stories, constantly evolving. The oceans hold secrets in darkness that scientists are still trying to uncover. Your brain can generate entire sensory worlds during moments between sleep and wakefulness. Your digital presence can linger beyond your awareness. Your perception quietly reshapes reality, and time itself flows differently depending on context and experience. These truths might feel unsettling, but they also reveal something extraordinary. Humanity is still learning, still discovering, still pushing against the edges of understanding. Every strange discovery reminds us that curiosity is one of our most powerful tools. Fear often comes from the unknown, but so does wonder. And maybe that's the most fascinating part of all. The world isn't smaller because of these revelations. It's far bigger than we imagined. If this exploration made you pause, think, or see reality from a slightly different angle, take a moment to show your support by liking this video. It helps more curious minds discover content like this. If you enjoy deep dives into fascinating truths, mysterious discoveries, and thought-provoking science, consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss future journeys into the unknown. And I genuinely love to hear your thoughts. Which of these truths surprised you the most or made you reflect on reality in a new way? Share your perspective in the comments below. Conversations like these are what make curiosity contagious. Until next time, stay curious, stay thoughtful, and never stop questioning the world around you.